We have 7 protestants. We have the Citizens Association of Georgetown, which does have standing as a protestant. ANC2E does have standing as a protestant. Ms. Cruz, you're present on behalf of the Georgetown Citizens Association.
Yes, I am.
And Ms. Loesch, you're present on behalf of ANC2E.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Ghosh, you're present on behalf. Well, let me start by saying there are 3 people in your protest group. Yes.
That's correct.
Before the Georgetown moratorium zone expired, there only needed to be 3 people in the group to file a protest. But now that the Georgetown moratorium zone has expired, I will give you the next available day for mediation. The next available day for mediation is Tuesday. No, actually, that's not good. The next available day is Thursday, November 12th at 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, pretty much any time that morning or early afternoon. That's on Thursday, November 12th. 10 o'clock. Is everybody good for 10?
Anytime's good for us,
Yes.
for the Yons.
Okay, for us.
What's the purpose of the mediation hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the purpose of the mediation. So you filed a protest. Our procedure requires you to participate in mediation to attempt to resolve the matter prior to a protest hearing. If you're able to resolve the matter, then you enter into a settlement agreement that resolves your concerns, that's mutually acceptable to all. Who am I speaking with right now?
Yeah, this is Robert Stout.
Okay, so Mr. Stout, you are a budding property owner. So I should say this right now as well. So there are numerous abutting property owners in this case. If you're an abutting property owner and you're not a part of a group, you're standalone. What that means, Mr. Stout, is that if you enter into an agreement with the establishment, then that agreement is between you and the establishment, and the other abutting property owners can proceed. So the independent abutting property owners stand alone. You're not a part of a group. But if the abutting property owners were to decide that they wanted to enter into the same agreement as all the other parties, then we can do it that way as well. That'll be a choice that you have. There are numerous protestants in this case. Because there are numerous abutting property owners, you don't have to sign the same agreement as the Colorado Citizens Association or the same one as ANC2E. You can decide that you would rather enter into some other type of agreement. Ideally, all the issues can be resolved at the same time in the same document, but it's not a requirement for an abutting property owner.
All right, if I'm unable to make that meeting on the 12th, can I have a representative there then?
Well, ideally, you would be present to speak on your own behalf during a mediation. If that's not a good day, then we can make it another day. The ideal situation is that you would be present. So what would you prefer, to send someone on your behalf who has the authority to enter into a settlement agreement?
Yes, I would.
Is that only for the 12th, or would that apply to any other day?
Any other day.
Okay, so no matter what the day is, you're going to be sending someone to represent you in mediation?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. You're present today, so that's fine. Just a second. Let me make a note.
In my protest letter, I designated Robert Young.
You designated Mr. Young to represent you at roll call. Are you designating Mr. Young to represent you in mediation as well?
Yes.
Mr. Young, are you still on the line?
Yes, I am.
So is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just 1 second, please. Okay, so I've made a note of that. So, Mr. Yon, is November 12 okay for you?
That's fine.
What about you, Ms. Cruz?
It's fine.
10 o'clock okay for you as well?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Lorsch, what about you?
Yes, I'm good. This is Gwen Lowe's. Yep.
And Mr. Kumari?
Yes, that's fine.
It's okay for Mr. Yon. Ms. Huber, what about you?
I actually won't be able to attend on the 12th, but I've also been in contact with Mr. Yan, so if he doesn't mind, he can also represent my opinion there too.
Is it okay for you, Mr. Yon?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so mediation is set for Thursday, November 12th at 10. It's going to be by WebEx as well, so I'll send you an invitation for that also. So I'll see you then. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Not this point.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Then-
Bye.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
A quick question, Laverne?
Yes.
Mr. Ghosh. Since we don't have standing anymore, we are not invited only to the mediation.
That's
unless
right.
it's reinstated. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. Thanks for asking that.
Very good.
So if you're reinstated by then I'll contact you.
Very
You
good.
can contact me and let me know you've been reinstated, but I'll know if you were, but you can let me know.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Just
Ross.
since this is just in 10 days' time, how quickly does the board respond to a request for reinstatement?
So this is Mr. Ghosh speaking.
Yes, sorry.
The board meets on Wednesdays. So the board will meet on, actually, they're going to meet on the 5th this week. So the board meets once a week. If you were to get your request for reinstatement in by tomorrow around noon, that may very well go on the board's agenda for Thursday. And they would make a decision on it, your petition on Thursday. That would give, if they approve it, then you would be able to participate in the mediation on the 12th.
Very well. I must say, I find it a bit strange that, we sent this letter more than a month ago, and nobody said at the time, well, you need 5 people to sign this, because it's being considered as a group letter. We actually just thought of it as, for convenience because of COVID and people not being here, that it was just more convenient to write one letter. And now we're told we have basically 24 hours to file a reinstatement challenge. This is not a very fair process, if I may say so.
Well, so Mr. Ghosh, once you file a protest, you have a right to a roll call hearing, and so we had to invite you to the hearing today. In terms of the turnaround for the mediation, you actually do have time to ask the board to reinstate your protests. It doesn't have to be a long petition. It's just a matter of saying I was dismissed on a roll call on November 2nd. I'm asking you to reinstate our protest because it just needs to be a couple of sentences. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'm just letting you know it's not very burdensome to request the petition for reinstatement, if that helps.
Very well. Well, we'll just have to proceed. Just to be clear, though, we cannot be invited by the other protestants to the mediation, even if we don't have standing as their advisor or not representative, but as their advisors?
No, because of confidentiality. Mediation is a confidential process that can only be attended by the parties that have been granted standing.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions at all? Okay, then this roll call here is concluded. Feel free to leave the roll call hearing. I'm going to call the next case. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Morning, Mr. Duffy. Okay, thank you so much. So now I'm going to. Did he mute himself or did I mute him?
You made him a panelist, so he's able to mute and unmute himself.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Adolfo? Just making sure you can hear me. Okay, thank you. I'm going to call your case now. This is case number 20PRO00048. You're welcome. Wondermart LLC trading as Wondermart, 13004 4th Street Southeast, license number ABRA 116997. This is a retailer class B. It's a new application. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, residential parking, and vehicular and pedestrian safety. I don't see the applicant on the line. Is the applicant present? Mr. Dolfo, have you had any communication with the applicant?
No, ma'am.
So there's not a draft settlement agreement? Anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Adolfo, you're representing ANCHC?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please spell your name for the record?
SALIMADOFO.
Thank you. The time is approximately 10:55 a.m. The applicant is not present for the roll call hearing. Therefore, the application is dismissed. Mr. Adolfo, what that means is that the ABC board is going to issue an order dismissing the application because the applicant is not present today. The ANC will receive a copy of that order. If the applicant seeks reinstatement of the application, you'll be informed. You have an opportunity to respond to that, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
If the application is reinstated, I'll contact you. Then we would need to schedule a mediation. You would need a status hearing before the board, but that wouldn't happen unless the application is reinstated. If he seeks reinstatement. So,
yes, ma'am.
Any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, thank you very much for participating today. The roll call hearing is concluded.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Ms. Fletcher, are we off the record?
Yes, we're off the record.
Okay, thank you.
You may leave. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.